Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join us in our campaign and shenanigans as we explore the subterranean labyrinths, plunder hordes of treasure, battle legendary monsters. This podcast will be following our gaming group and the adventures of these characters, as well as a few guests from time to time. Join us as we start a new campaign and our journey to experience the best, and maybe the worst, in the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
You notice that there's kobolds by these pillars. And there's a kobold here. It's a little more X-like. And there's a kobold sitting on the altar. And then sleeping, you see a white dragon on a mound of stuff. It looks like all sorts of weird assortment of different things. And you have a feeling behind the altar is probably some more kobolds that might or might not be combat worthy. Probably like just, the young, the old. And you notice that in this pile also there's some eggs half buried into the stuff.
I only have a fireball right now.
Molotov cocktail?
Yeah. So I'm going to close the door and turn around.
And like a ninja, the group didn't even realize you opened and closed the door. You were that sneaky.
And I'm going to describe what I've seen over there.
Did you relock the door, by the way?
Yeah, rebar it.
Okay.
So we have like 4 guards, 5 guards that are around we can see. Where they're more over, I couldn't see over there.
And then, we'll say, give me a perception check. Just to see how well you did see.
Good point.
Just in case.
It'd be a 19.
19? Oh, Jesus, dude. You see that there's 8 here.
Oh, yeah, he's 8 sets of eyes, not 8 eyes.
Ninja rule. It's probably not that scary if there's 8 of them. Maybe. Unless they all look like the other one that drink the dragon milk. And you see one over here just barely moving around.
So I am going to get a piece of... did they have a fire in the room at all?
They did have a light, so a little torch and a sconce type of thing. Burning goblin oil.
No, like charcoal or anything?
Yeah, there'd be some kind of refuse so you could draw a map type of thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to start sketching it out, what I recall of seeing, so roughly recreate what I saw. What's that?
You don't do super useful right
A rogue.
If only we had a rogue in the group.
She's busy looting every one of the rooms you guys are going to.
How big is that dragon?
The dragon actually is about the size, it's a medium-sized dragon, so it's about the size of a dog, like a big dog. German Shepherd-ish.
It's young.
Yeah. It hasn't aged since it was hatched and, 8 meepo.
We could charge it.
That's one way to do it.
I mean, grab the dragon, force the kobolds to stand down.
We'd have to... Our dragon's magical.
Ish.
We'd have to put some kind of muzzle on it.
Yeah, it's called a sword.
Knock it out.
Repeatedly.
So you guys are actually interested in going after the dragon? I mean, kobolds. If you guys were in charge of the dragon, they probably wouldn't mess with you.
Probably.
And after that inglorious entrance, I feel the need to redeem myself.
That's very hard.
Since at this point I didn't even get a chance to save face because mine just got stabbed.
You could have
Well,
sworn
no, it
somebody
wasn't
was
actually
standing
your
on
face.
you.
It was like more down this way.
So yeah, at this juncture, I'm like, my blood's up.
You now know what kobold, what dragon teeth taste like.
It's a great idea. I love this idea. Let's go with this idea.
You go first. No,
I'm willing to go along with this.
you know,
And then we had the
Safely.
TPK,
As
and the rogue was the only one left alive.
the goblin looks at you and goes, "What?"
I do point to, hey, Goblin friend, you do have a kind of cool shield now.
He's like,
And I kind of like side eye to the rest of the group. He's got a good shield if we need to make use of it.
he's like, yes, it's a great shield. My great warrior friend gave it to me.
Are you just going to what? Are you just going to show it off? That,
It's a great shield.
Yeah.
I
shields are made to be used.
only as a means of last resort.
What's the check-in time? have we reached said resort?
We just need to run through the hallway to go. And I can use my shield to help me make it to the door.
Through the way more than you have fingers, kobolds, and a locked door and a trap.
But most of us will make it as long as someone can get the door open.
As long as. You know, I'm noticing there's a big if.
I'm liking the chances against the dragon then.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. And
What is the
I'm
herd
I'm
of
very willing
kobolds called?
a disappointment, I think.
Right?
It would be appropriate. I think it's going to be a disappointing result if we go for the locked door.
I think they're called a clutch.
That's about 50 feet from the door, right? The dragon.
From what you spied through the door, about 40, 50, yeah.
We go in, we alpha strike the dragon.
Charge the dragon.
Let's do it.
Pull out my hammer.
I think this is a great idea.
I want
I
to
love
make-
this idea.
I would also like to make sure that we
You
push
have-
our
yes.
goblin friend out the door first.
You have some cool arrows.
Yes. Oh yes.
I've
See,
got
you do have the uber arrows of uberness.
Yes. And maybe.
And that's also why I'm not too opposed to this plan, is because I have arrows.
And maybe one of them happens to be an arrow of dragon slaying. Who knows?
We can hope.
Just got mixed in with the batch, right?
This is how these stories happen. And the one arrow that shot the dragon was the arrow of dragon slaying. Not
Did you
because
give
of
anyone that was +1 medium or leather armor? Right? +1 leather armor?
Huh?
Wasn't that +1 leather armor on the kobold?
No, it was just.
Shield?
shield and regular leather armor.
Oh, okay. Okay. For some reason I thought it was not first level.
It was only
No, the
cobalt
only-
armor
the only
of
thing-
bravery.
The only thing magical here is our friendship.
Aww.
Oh.
That's so sweet.
Rolls to detect magic and fail.
Roll insight.
Awesome.
I actually did
If
happen to
someone
roll
wants a
two.
hot
Before we follow this idea through,
Right.
because I'm committed to it, I like this idea. Have you healed?
Yes, I am at
He's-
half. I am
he's
at
second
half
winded.
my. At half my hit points. Look, we don't have any healing potions. I mean, we could stay here and rest. However, I think at this point we go with the whole element of surprise.
Wouldn't we still have the element of
Strike
surprise?
while the iron is at least
Lukewarm.
Oh, it's still tipping.
Again, the question
It's at room temperature.
You did
We're
definitively
good.
see that the dragon was sleeping. Now, the kobold up on the altar wasn't, but the dragon was sleeping.
What's your range on your arrows?
Oh, 150 is my short. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
We rushed.
This
you
whole
trying-
madness.
yeah. We're gonna say I should focus on the kobold because he is awake and not the sleeping dragon at the moment.
You take your shot and you bolt out the door in hope.
Oh, you want me to peek out the door and fire the first shot?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I'll
let it be the
I will-
string that was heard around the world.
All right. Well, I will do.
So this
I
is
will-
going to be
I
your
will-
surprise round.
Yes, I will stealthily open the door and step out. We'll see how stealthily. 16 plus
That seems pretty
3,
quiet.
19.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna just right
You'll
there.
take a moment of rest. You open the door, so your next turn is you pull your bow.
Yeah,
So
and I'm gonna
we've got a full
fire
circle.
one of these good arrows.
Okay.
Got a
So it's-
Why don't you-
11
Oh wait.
total.
And you're shooting at the kobold at the altar?
The kobold on the altar.
Okay. So 11.
Man, don't you wish you were a hobgoblin right now?
Everyone's watching.
No, I'm looking at this nimble escape ability that I have.
I will give you advantage because he doesn't know you're there and he doesn't see it coming.
Okay, 22.
22. 22 is better than 11.
Yes. That will be 3, 6, 7 points.
7 points of damage? Damn, that's impressive. It's so impressive there's a whooshing sound as your arrow leaves your bow. And 7 points, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, you fire your arrow, and immediately there's this whoosh as your arrow leaves the bow that's louder than when you open the door. And the arrow hits the kobold straight in the heart. And it kind of like falls over and slumps to the ground. Now, if it's enough noise to wake up the dragon, we're going to find out. As soon as I find a d20, I roll a couple natural 20s and it hides from me. Okay, so the body falls down and kind of like slowly rolls down the little pile that is the dragon's bed, and it doesn't seem to wake the dragon up yet. Who's going next?
I will head out.
Okay, go for it. Because immediately when you come running out in your armor, eyes start turning your direction.
25.
Yeah. I mean, unless you got something ranged, I would just go ahead and give it.
Because what's the worst that happens?
I mean,
You're a popsicle.
your face gets frozen off, but
Okay, it is a sleeping dragon, and though they say let's see if sleeping dragons lie, I will give you advantage to make an attack.
Okay.
Oh, there's going to be some payback once the dragon wakes up.
don't let it wake up.
Can you use a smite on this?
If I had it.
Okay.
19 enough to hit.
19 is good enough to hit a sleeping dragon.
Yeah. 11 points.
Okay, you hit the dragon for 11 points with your sword. Dragon blood goes flying across the room in some, CSI style swing of the sword. As half of these kobolds are just looking, going, that this big hobgoblin came running out and just stabbed their dragon god. Gods aren't supposed to bleed much.
Oh, you rolled advantage, right?
Yeah. Yeah. My first roll was really bad. It was 2.
Okay. It's going to be ugly. Who's going next?
Oh no.
Go.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, you go. So let's see. 30 feet. So. action.
Give us an extra move so you can get in there. Okay. It's a dangerous pilot that's happening. Who's going next?
You want to go next?
I'm like go all the way over on the other side
Well,
of
we
the
can
ring.
figure before you guys.
Is anyone able to convince the goblin our goblin now to get out there?
Yeah, he'll be right out there.
He just has to tie his shoes.
I must lace my sandals.
He has to go get sandals to do so.
I have to find some sandals. I'll be right back.
Okay, so
I need to lace my sandals. They're at home.
since we decided to just
Got
pilot
dragon.
on, I'm going to use Sacred Flame.
Okay, so
Okay.
you need to go in.
I
And
need
what's the range?
60 feet.
So she can just stick her head out the door.
Yeah.
And we're right at 60.
So just right in front of the ranger.
Okay.
Sacred Flame, and
And-
what's the saving throw?
It is Dexterity.
I'll give him disadvantage since he's sleeping.
DC though? 12?
Ooh. So what's your DC?
12.
Okay, unfortunately, you must have been the thing that stirred the dragon because immediately it starts to wake up, just barely avoids the sacred flame. It just burns the animal hair in his little pile of
Oh, God, now it just
dragon stink.
It's a
And that
cobalt
leaves
knife.
one of you.
Are we still at advantage?
Yep. Look at you running up to all the babies.
And at that point, I am going to cast Witch Bolt on it.
Going all
So,
lightning on us.
and since it is still a surprise attack,
Uh-huh.
I get because you get surprise attack, an additional 2d6 on the first. That's a
Because you're
six.
attacking first. Because you're a bugbear, and that's what you do, is attack from ambush.
So
Which is why the bugbear's saying, let's attack it while it's sleeping! Rather than having it chase you down.
18 to hit.
I will hit. Poor dragon.
A little bit. 8. So 8 points of lightning damage.
Okay?
And as this thing,
Yeah, and don't you concentrate to do the damage.
yeah, I'm just holding the
So
concentration.
that way each round it automatically hits, it just does more damage. So you literally do the Palpatine thing of
That's why I moved over there, so you guys still hit it from the other side.
and maybe a swarm of baby kobolds will attack him.
Oh, look, puppies.
Okay, everybody roll initiative. Because you know shit can't go south now.
Oh, 19.
4.
At least I didn't get a 0 this time.
That's a good thing.
At least you didn't roll 1 minus 1.
I did not.
18.
I didn't do that this time, so I got a big old 4.
15.
The dice is strong with you all this time. So the best thing is that our fighter gets to go first. See, it pays to go down in the first round of the previous fight.
Alright. So I'm going to swing around.
You're gonna go for the flank. Now it is rough terrain to go on the pile, but you have plenty of space. So
Okay, can I swing out here then?
yeah, if you want.
And,
Either way, you can still make it
okay.
because you probably want to go with the complete flanking.
There.
Yep, because I'm assuming you want combat.
Yes.
As the dragon is fully awake, aware of you guys, and was looking at both of you when you went and he did the dog with 2 hairs. He's like, damn.
So that's it.
You're warning the dice. If you'll throw
That's
it on the
not a
floor.
good answer. That's a whoops.
So that's advantage, right?
Yep.
So, let's see, that was a 12, and that was an 8. So that would be a 15.
That will not hit. As
Oh.
you swing it, it just ducks. As it was doing the whole split hair thing, it saw you and kind of like ducked back.
Actually, I want to go ahead and use save and face.
Okay. So you had a 12.
Yes, or 15 total. It's 15 total.
15, yeah, sorry.
And then it's just a +1 for every.
Each witness.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5 with the goblin?
He's part of us.
Yeah, he's still in the room. He isn't watching. But the +4 from your teammates will make it a hit. What was a miss, all of a sudden you twist your blade just a little, and it was going to miss, and it digs into the ribcage.
Not after getting dropped like a sack of potatoes.
Not going down like that.
Not going down like that again. So that would be 10 damage.
Damn. As you just rip his side open, and this frost worm is not happy about this. You can see coal foaming at the corners of its mouth already. So Paladin, believe it or not, the flanker's got 1 and 2 spot.
Oh, nice. 16 good enough to hit?
16 is exactly good enough to hit. That's the magic numbers revealed.
And 9 points of damage.
Oh, shit. And Dan,
Huh.
you did it before, so do it again. Describe the kill shot on the frost worm.
Wow.
That's a skewer.
Spin the blade around and all like Dragon
I
Slayer
softened it
style.
up for you.
As believe it or not, it goes down with that. As you're like, really? The cobalt fought better than the dragon? Of course, then again, the dragon took it for a full round. As, it lets out this horrible sound as your blade's like frosting up inside it.
We're going to blade.
As it is now the kobold's turn, who pretty much they're collectively running in terror right now. They're scampering away from the big, horrific bugbear that's got lightning crackling out of his hands into the dragon that made the horrific noise. It's still technically kind of alive for the rest of the round, but the pure fact that the goblins, and these guys are just walking through their little protective to escape.
Barricades.
Got kobolds running in terror from goblins. So it's then our cleric's turn.
I'm not quite sure what to do at this point because
There is a clutch of baby kobolds you could probably roast.
Yvonne might not do it.
No, Yvonne won't do that. So.
Lishka would.
Yeah, that's
Evil
true.
death priestess Lishka. Will end you.
Y'all suck.
Remember, we are evil.
I know.
Let them burn.
So you can just say you eliminate the NPCs if you don't want to get graphic.
Yeah, I'm not going to get graphic.
They're just scaly kids.
They're puppies.
Almost.
The sweet smell of
There is
burning
space.
scales.
Actually, I'm going to go after the eggs.
Ooh,
Specifically,
okay. So you
after
go over
the
to the clutch of eggs and pull a sacred flame? Or?
Yep.
Okay, you just drop sacred flame on the clutch of eggs and you see them all just shake and explode.
Yep.
Do you want graphic or do you not want graphic?
I don't care about the eggs.
All of a sudden there's like kobold chick yolks exploding out. As they just like vaporize into ash. Even one of the unborn babies say,
Ash.
I feel
Don't
funny.
eat ash.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Oh, too soon. Too soon. Oh my god, too
I had
soon.
to go there and at least one of you would go with me.
Yeah.
As literally,
Spoiler
I mean,
warning,
they're-
it's on this-
these kobolds are scampering into the dirt mound. It looks like there's little holes dug in, and the little scamps are trying to flee away as the adult ones are just running. Because their dragon god should have eaten you all by now, but it seems like things going bad with the black electrical burns on it, the cuts on it, the blood flying everywhere.
I'm going to turn around the tithe. Hey, hit your witch bolt in here.
Ooh.
You can't handle it?
No, I'm.
All of a sudden, the hobgoblin gets squeamish.
No. I mean, I'm only doing so much. Tithe helps out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stop them from running.
Okay. It's unfortunately the dead dragon's turn to head slams down.
Actually
on the nest.
die.
And then this like
Bleeds out on-
horrible like antifreeze liquid comes out the side of its mouth. It's frost breath that didn't get to go off. And then we've got our ranger's turn.
So nothing threatening over here.
Not yet.
You killed one of the two things threatening over there. There's scampering.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
guys are booking it on their turn. They're all running this way.
Yeah. I know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. There's not really. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, if anything, ready my action in case anyone does look like they
Okay,
start
so if
looking
anyone
back our way.
looks like they're going to turn and fight.
Yeah.
Okay, I will
Yeah,
give you this one. Looks like he is going to turn and fight.
Okay, so I will
Okay.
go ahead and take a shot at him.
Okay,
Yeah, regular arrow this time.
especially since the baby's got fried, he's
Yeah.
going to stand and
Yeah.
fight for the clutch.
19,
Oh god, that'll hit.
and that is 4.
Okay, you shoot him with the arrow and it sticks in his side. He's just barely alive. He's getting ready to grab his spear and do that whole, willow charge with the spear, completely inept, but he's going to try it anyway. At least that's what you have a feeling he's definitely doing his next turn if he survives to meet it. Because it is the bugbear's turn.
I am going to arc the witch bolt up on the ceiling so I don't hit anyone.
As you're walking, no less.
And then point it at this rogue if I can.
Okay. Pretty much most of them are gone, but these guys have moved into that spot, basically.
Okay, so I'm just going to start going for that one then.
Okay.
So they have to run through the lightning.
Yeah, either way, pointing it.
That-
So that's
That will hit the first one. Oh.
1 point of damage.
As
Lightning damage.
you're frying its tail tip as it's trying to run for freedom. Freedom! Okay, so that brings us back to the top of the order. What does our fighter do? Dragon dead at your feet.
So it's kind of like laying there.
Yeah, it's dead.
Okay. On head, axe up and into the neck.
Taking a trophy.
Yep.
Okay, so you swing it down and the frostworm's head just lops right off. Horrible liquid kind of oozing out still. It seems to be getting all crackly and crispy when it hits the air. The blood stinking up the place. The singed scales, costing your nose with ozone.
So, pick up the head. Not much of a trophy.
Because it's only a dog-sized head.
Give us an order, love it.
Yeah, actually.
It's like
I'm gonna let them finish their thing, and in the meantime, I'm gonna start getting a little bit of rope and fastening the head so it hangs on my belt.
Okay.
Big old mess.
Could be something made out of it. Okay, so then comes the paladin's turn.
Look around for anything that
Yeah,
you mentioned Goblin Horde.
it is technically a horde.
Yeah, there's stuff there, so you're
It's probably mostly rubber bands.
gonna reach down and kick the swag pile with the boot.
Yeah.
It's rubber bands and bottle caps.
Oh, it was a young.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they haven't gotten that whole taste
Value
of
of
taste of the good life yet.
Right.
Like anything shiny,
Baseball cards and stuff like that.
hogs,
Use bubblegum.
coins. Things that are shiny, worthless.
So you're getting about a good collection of gems among the garbage. Maybe not that good. About 4 nice shiny gems that you can see were all tucked away all nice and pretty. And do you have percentile dice on you?
Oh, I do.
Give me one roll.
$74.
Ooh, that's a good roll. So you like the fine art of random treasure. You find a bag that's got some weird shiny dust.
Okay.
It feels kind of warm. It's weird. You may want to have someone who's magically inclined give it a check out. Or just sprinkle it on something and see what happens. I mean, that's always an option, too. You find a glass vial. Looks like a single shot of potion of some kind. I hope someone's writing this down.
Jameson's, I don't know what that said.
It's a
They make
small
a
vial. What
really
the-
interesting brand of healing.
So it's dust of disappearance. And a healing potion. And another potion. It says dragon strength. Because unfortunately nobody speaks cobalt, so they don't know what it says. But it's really a potion of heal giant strength. But it's Cobalt who cooked it up. He was going to call it dragon strength. Strength of dragon! And also 24 gold pieces and about 60 silver pieces stashed in the pile.
Rich.
And then you said
Are you
4
being
gems.
Mm-hmm. 4
You're
gems.
being the official.
Each one's worth about 50 gold apiece. The banquet.
It's usually safer than the rogue, right?
Yeah.
Always safer.
Rogue's like, oh man, we found like 5 gold.
I don't know. The must have inflated away.
Wait, no, it was 4. I'm sorry.
So here's the 3 gold
I
that we
forgot.
found.
One of mine is my cup.
Right. It keeps getting less. And
And anybody else checking out the altar or anything like that?
So that's
yeah.
the next on the list.
Or the kobold on top of the altar?
Actually, I was gonna dig through the nest.
So the egg nest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check the.
See what we
they got-
can
I
find
wanna-
through
I
there.
wanna
Give,
check-
give me a perception roll as you're seeing little kobold butts disappear into the mound.
6.
6.
Time for dice charm.
I know, right? I had to do that last week
Oh.
too.
I was looking over that way. I kind of follow her lead.
Okay,
Take
so
a
you can
look.
poke through with one of your arrows. It's like you poke a baby kobold by accident. Exactly, you poked a baby kobold by accident. Then you pull out the arrow, this little kobold's twitching. You know when a lizard dies, it does that.
Look, iguana on a stick.
Yep.
Oh
Hey,
man.
There's still-
Get to the
fire going?
bugbear. Get the tithe.
Yeah. The roll was 6. At least it wasn't a 1.
See, why couldn't it have been that? That's so much better.
I want to check the altar in the Grand High Poobah that got snipered.
Okay, so you flip the body over and you immediately realize under his neck he's got a gold necklace that has like something dangling out that you can pull out immediately. It's a fancy looking key that has a dragon's head that looks really similar
Hey guys.
to the dragon door that you had slammed in your face earlier. It looks almost exactly like that same thing.
Is that the one we broke?
No, that was one you tried picking in. Your rogue
We could-
informed you that it's pretty much unpickable.
Ah, okay.
Which means you should totally just barricade the door you went through and leave that as the in and out door. Just saying, future reference.
Alright, so yeah, we'll take that.
And on his person, he has a coin purse with 8 gold coins and a platinum piece.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
he was holding out on his little dragon god because he's the dragon priestess.
And is the altar like a stone altar, or is
It
just like
looks like
more of a pile of crap?
It looks like a really good altar at one point. Like this may have been where they took mass in the castle as a bunch of knights who worship dragons.
Gotcha.
Want to give me a perception roll as you look at it?
That would be a 12.
It's got some really nice dragon figures sculpted into it. It looks like there used to be rubies and gems planted in it, but it looks like they've all been scavenged out.
Gotcha.
Anybody else want to check out the altar?
I'll check it out.
He's right in.
Yeah.
We're all religious-y and whatnot.
19?
Okay, well, you definitely know that this altar is dedicated to the god Tiamat, evil god of Perun, all that crap shit for flying dinosaurs. And as you do notice, one of the sculptures of Tiamat, the center head, where it looks like there should have been big jewels at one point, behind one of the eyes there seems to be a recessed button of some kind.
Shit.
push the button.
He'd push it.
Push the
No
button.
doubt.
Nothing bad could
Do you
possibly
push the
happen.
button?
Of course, I pushed the button.
Famous
Okay.
last words.
Don't be ridiculous. Of
So
course I
you
pushed.
push the button.
So pushing, like poking your eye into a figure of Tiamat, the goddess of evil dragons. I'm sure nothing possibly bad could happen.
You hear a click.
It sounds like a wonderful idea.
You know that sound when like air goes away from the room? Like the time when the dragon is going to.
The inhale.
That's what it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden there's an
And
explosion.
which side of the altar do you want, by the way?
He ran away.
The right side?
No, I think you're on the wrong side.
The left side?
No. It was the correct side.
Ah, excellent. The correct side. So as you two are like looking at the altar, he like you're watching him as he goes. Not even checking, just going straight for the. I found a button. I'm pushing the button. As all of a sudden, in a cone shape,
Oh Lord.
thankfully it only hits the person standing right in front of it, and everything behind them to the sides. You're just barely missing this little wall. And as all of a sudden, give me a reflex save of Dex.
I'll get the shoebox or glass vial, depending on what's
It's
left.
going to be 14 or better to avoid the corona of.
20 with bonus.
Okay, so you're hitting the deck. You're tasting dirt as the.
That's not what I thought you said. I was like, well,
And Tiamat's is last.
Tiamat's like, all right.
As all 5 of the heads of Tiamat belch, different swirling colors. It's in theory just the same thing, but they belch, and this corona of chromatic energy comes flying out and misses you.
There's part of me that really wants to do that again.
Okay.
You could do it again.
Let's not say you did.
It has to be used for this.
Ah, crap. Did that hit the dragon's body?
It did hit the dragon's
Did
body.
it do anything to the dragon's body?
Well, the non-cold stuff did things to the body. Why?
Like, is it just
It's mangled up and things.
Oh, man.
It's got some fire. It's got
How
some
far
poison.
out did this go?
Oh, only 15 feet. You guys are all fine over
okay.
where you are.
I was just going to be like, make something cool out of the dragon scales.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Or like a bracer. Like, because there's not a lot of it.
One leg's like dissolved in acid, the other burnt
Now it's
with
all
fire.
like jacked up.
The
So
one-
I'm glad I took the head.
The hind
Yeah.
quarter hit by frost is perfectly fine.
That's
Guess
a bracer.
I
You got a bracer out of that.
guess I'll take that leg. Seriously.
Bakers can't be choosers.
Leggers can't be choosers.
So
That's
yeah,
right.
I'm going to go get a hawk.
Wait, why did they
Okay,
make
go
this?
ahead and give me a quick survival roll to see how good of a job you are at scavenging this thing. You know, you could roll really well, and
Or
basically y'all see him kind of half cut and wrench it out of the socket, and the scales. You'll have enough you can make a bracer or whatnot out of it. You just horribly butchered this leg off.
We got a little excited.
Look,
Yeah.
you know you should have been doing this. Skinning things.
Guys,
You guys
with
were
survival.
You guys were running in there like we're gonna, okay. You guys were having fun over there. We're looking to see this stuff back here. It was like,
Well, I didn't know. Okay, look, I had to act fast because
Action man.
he.
I mean,
he's gonna be.
He's gonna push away.
He's gonna push it again.
Sometimes you gotta own it.
All right, so yeah,
I can't fault him. A button has to be pushed.
So you've effectively cleared where the kobold's living area is. You guys are checking out the dirt pile, poking around where the babies have scampered away into the dirt.
what is our little goblin?
Pretty
Under-
much at that
under-
moment, he
under-
jumps out. Ha!
Like,
The dragon.
Victory, my friend!
I'm gonna go over and
Even
flick his
I
ear again.
face Paul.
Because earlier he stuck his head out, but then the altar belched flames, and he stuck his head back in. He's like, nope, not having that.
What's going on in here?
You gonna go on and look?
Oh yeah, there's
I'm
no.
gonna go knock on the door.
You knock on the door?
Your god's dead.
you give me a perception roll when you knock. to see if you hear what's going on inside the room.
Someone's knocking at my door.
Probably not. Nope. 7.
7. You're picking up there's some kind of noise in it, but you can't quite place it with the whole scampering, digging. You know, the kobold young sound like rats digging in dirt, so there's this distracted scratching noise.
Step back. Open the door with my long
Okay,
arms.
reach over, click the door, swing it in, as you just see scary, impending darkness inside there.
Dun, dun, dun.
To you, it's not that darkness because you just see straight through the room and you see there's storage of weird items. It looks like half barrel that's been cut in half and holding something, crate that's been like busted up but it's still holding stuff.
But it looks like just a storage room.
From what you can see right there, you can always poke your head in and see what tries to kill you.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna step over this way so I can see in.
Lumberhulk.
Yeah.
Wait. Where's our expendable goblin? Send him in.
He's at the doorway.
Send him
There's
in.
treasure in there. Go.
Treasure! And he lifts up his spear and shield and he runs inside there. Treasure! Treasure's all mine! I mean ours! Our adventuring group!
Anything happen to him as he runs in?
Come look at all our treasure!
Okay, still making noise, so that's a good sign.
Right?
Wait! There's a kobold in here! And he goes running in there and you hear some horrible squishy sounds.
Alright, so I'm going to come in behind him.
Okay? You basically see that he saw the kobold, ran over and just speared the shit out of the kobold.
With his awesome dragon tooth, his spear.
Mm-hmm.
Spear and
just-
magic shield.
You just see this kobold in this little cage, and it just spears right into the cage. You hear this horrible, squishy noise from the
That's
kobold.
weird. We could have eaten.
Tonight we eat dragon!
No, it's been decimated.
The decimation of the dragon! Get close there.
So I'm going to survey the room and just kind of take a look around.
Okay, you can see that.
Oh my.
You can see that this looks like a basic storage room where they occasionally keep live creatures in cages, like rats and centipedes and things like that. One of the
Kobolds.
barrels is kind of like moving, so there's obviously something alive inside it. And it looked like they had a kobold in a cage. Kobold's got like frost burns on it. Looks like it's been horribly beaten and mistreated. Obviously, you won't get much out of it now that it's got the spear stuck into it for the second time.
Probably it was a kindness to put it out of its misery.
You're way too good.
And then all of a sudden, you get a passing glance with your bad perception roll. You realize one of his legs was eaten off.
Oh my. Well, lizards are supposed to grow things back, so maybe that's what was going on. They kept it in there and it just kept regrowing stuff.
Pets his mystical backup. And your guide is looking at you with big eyes like, really? Is that why we couldn't stop the kobolds?
Yeah. It's even worse sometimes when they grow 4 arms.
I've only seen winged kobolds. I haven't seen 4-armed kobolds yet.
Well, sometimes they take 2 and 3 heads at one time. That's really weird.
And he's just totally sucking this up. He's like, you are his Sifu. He's believing every word you're saying.
To a degree, I am as well.
To which he keeps stabbing. He's like, how many things will grow back if I keep stabbing this one?
They have to be alive for it to grow back.
Oh, better off this one dead.
Okay. I'm going to pick up the barrel.
Okay, the shaking one.
How big is it?
It's 50-gallon barrel. You shake it and you hear scratching, scampering. It's not like rodent squeak scampering. It's more like something with dozens of little fingers scratching on the inside.
Would I be able to perceive what might be inside?
Oh yeah, you could either give me a survival or perception.
Yeah, both are +4. So
Okay.
I'll call it survival for flavor.
Okay.
Have I 15?
It's very insectoid. Like, okay, cool, thank you. Like, you think probably some kind of barrel full of bugs could be centipede? Or lots and lots of smaller bugs? Or quite a few centipedes? A swarm, one could say, even?
Potentially poisonous.
If there's centipedes, yes.
Yeah, so there's
Paralytic
potential
poison.
for some poisonous bugs inside. What do you want to do with this barrel?
Come over, waving the leg.
White scale haunch.
We need a fire.
Actually, and I
Nice
toss
work
it to
there.
you.
Oh, okay. What do you want me to do with it?
Skin it.
Oh.
Like, they didn't want the scales.
All right.
Okay. So you'll take some time to whip out your skinning knife and do a little survival.
Job.
All right.
Studying this.
And it looks
17.
You should see the rest of it.
You start
I'm
skinning
sure.
it professionally, and it looks
Yeah.
like at the joint he used his teeth to rip it off. I mean,
Yeah,
is that
it's
bad?
like
That-
this is what impatience causes.
Yeah.
as
Hobgoblin.
you basically do a quick, really efficient, easy job of skinning. And of course, I'll even give you with 17, you can get the claws off, no problem.
Nice. Well, trophy to go with it, or some ornamented spikes to go on your leather for when you get this properly fashioned.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
Glad to help one of the
a
beginners.
god dead, kobolds routed, a recruit, I guess.
3 recruits. Right? 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the goblins.
Now our greatest challenge, a locked door.
That door?
That door.
And this is where we need our rogue.
We've got a key, right? Or is that
That's for the front door.
That would be for the really fancy, cool door that you guys got attacked them at the very entrance, and then you guys chase them in the room, and then they close the door. Actually, you guys close the door on them.
Yes.
And then once you close the door, it would click, 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 clink, and lock itself.
Well, let's go see if we can do something about this door.
Okay, so you guys go up to this door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Kobolds routed, gone. You notice that there had some like crossbows hidden up here, like little hand crossbows, full-blown crossbows for them, hidden so that way kobolds could fall back, grab a crossbow, shoot it, drop it, grab another crossbow.
I'm going to go and try to pick through and get their bolts.
Okay. You can get at least about 18 crossbow bolts. Okay. And you guys get up to the locked door here. Who's gonna deal with the door?
I'll do it. See perception to see if there's anything funky with this door.
Okay,
If I see any traps. 9, 13.
Completely safe. But the best thing is when you get to the door and you get right up to it, because you're a goblin, you're going to need to kneel. You're just right at head level is the lock. You notice the little mouse figure carved inside of the door.
I kind of do it. Do a 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
and you pretend to pick the locks.
Yeah.
As you,
I'm trying.
as when nobody's looking, you're like, click. I got it.
Oh yeah.
Scratch
I'm
out
trying
the mouse.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out. Like, wait. There were how many else around?
Okay, so you basically you look like the hero when you open the door.
Yeah. It looks like that someone forgot to lock the door.
Oh no, you did a great job locking the
Okay.
door.
Yes.
Take the credit, Goblin.
Okay.
Goblin credit where it's due. And you basically see a clear hallway that's oddly clean. It's spotless in this hallway. No dust, no refuse in the corners. You have not seen any place this clean as this hallway.
I am immediately suspicious.
What's the name of the goblin that has the spear and the shield?
Your guide? Zed?
Zed? I think he should lead the way.
Yeah.
He's been through that.
Yeah.
I mean, he wants to return the conquering hero.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. He gets up. He looks at you guys. Follow me! goes through, hops. He distinctly grabs the door frame and hops inside. And he basically walks on this edge. And you hear him go.
Now he's just drumming.
No, he's knocking on the door very distinctly with his knocks. See, first that was the 20th Century Fox theme, and then shaving a haircut. And as you do, you hear some scraping noise coming from the door on the far end. Mm-hmm. He's like, come on. Before the kobolds come back.
I'm willing to follow his exact lead, swing around, crawl along the side.
Okay.
Do I do it successfully, or do I need
you as a goblin, as a small creature, as long as you follow his pitter-patter path, you have no problem.
I'm a little concerned about there might be something up close, so I'm going to stash the bow and have my short swords at ready, just in case.
And you see he kind of pulls his dagger out and he's ready, and he's like, shh, wait for the knock. And you just hear, okay, it's the goblins. Come on.
I will attempt to follow the way he went.
Okay, go ahead and give me an acrobatics roll.
Wait for his inevitable doom.
Do we have a roll?
14.
14. That is good number.
Not good
to start to do it. As you get to about, you get to right here, you're following his lead, and as soon as you step right there, all of a sudden, this area, minus a teeny tiny ledge, crumbles away to a little 10-foot chasm. Oh. It's not that bad. There's 6 points of damage, though, when you fall on your butt.
It's all that armor.
Yeah. So who would like to go next now that you see the big open chasm?
Oh, okay. Now that I know it's there, I'll just walk around.
Okay, I will give you advantage to your acrobatics roll to do the whole walk around the edge.
Ooh, definitely gonna need it. Oh, and I apparently just fall in randomly.
You apparently want to help your teammate.
Oh,
wow!
And I fall unconscious on top of you.
Son of a...
Okay.
Wow.
We have to take a picture.
That D6 is very potent. Wow. As the two tanks in the group are in the hole.
Yeah. I am peering over.
I'm peering through the doorway going, what the hell?
I just healed those.
Wow.
So who would like to go next? Because he's like, hurry, they can crawl out on their own. Before the kobolds come and stone them.
Probably not at this point.
You will have advantage with acrobatics.
Alright.
If you have guidance as a cantrip, you may want to put it on yourself.
I do have a...
It's a 1d40 roll.
That would have been super useful.
I don't have guidance.
What?
I don't, but I have resistance.
Well,
That doesn't do anything.
Nope.
In the land of skill check, resistance is futile.
Yeah. No, I don't have guidance. So.
Okay, but
But
you do
it's
have
a good
advantage
match.
on the roll. Odds are in your favor.
negative. Take this rope and tie it around your belt.
He is the smart one of the group.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Okay? So that way, if she falls, everyone can use the rope to climb back up.
Or I can just yank it really fast. Maybe.
Oh, thank God I had advantage.
What'd you get?
Let's see.
16.
What was it?
Acrobatics?
Yeah, 16.
Perfect. That's one over what you needed. You're over there at the door looking down at these two in the pit. He's not moving, so something might be wrong.
Yeah, I'll wait till I can get lowered down.
And then for
I
our...
just tore open the wound on my neck again.
You fell just wrong.
Plug the hole.
You reach around and give him a good handhold.
A 13, but I'm holding on to a rope.
Okay, so I will give you half damage then, since you have the rope as you're pulling her towards the hole. Thankfully, it's only a 10-foot drop, so she'll like slide back a few inches before she realizes, oh god, he's pulling you down the hole. 1 point of damage.
Wow.
So you can't go half of one.
Wow.
See, the dice likes the wizard. It hates the tough tanks.
And you see
2-6.
this. You see this sort of black shimmer just sort of fade off as it's like this dust, the false life is taking the damage.
It's nice to have temporary hit points.
But now I'm probably next to him, who's on top of him.
Yep.
And I can tie the belt around, or the rope around his belt, maybe, or his armor. And
Hope the cleric can athletically come up there.
well, I'm probably strong enough I can muscle him up.
Also, like, it's only a 10-foot drop, and with your arms, you're like,
You're like,
you just pull yourself
I
up.
can put him up.
Okay. So you just throw him up and then help him up, and then you get pulled up by the two of them? Or
Well,
Well, one of them, because he's out.
put his hands on the
Couple
rope.
of
Feels like he helps.
Spare the
you need to
dying.
level.
Spare the dying
You need
slap.
more hit points.
As he lifts you up, and she just like slaps you and spare the dying.
Just start snoring. This is not been. This has not been a red letter day.
Oh, it's been red. It's been red.
Many times.
Okay, so doing a medicine on him. Because you guys got time, even though the door, like, one of the planks of the door slides up, and there's beady goblin eye going, "What's the password?" And he just looks in the hole and, like, kicks whoever just opened that slot up at the bottom of the door, and the door slams by, and you hear more things sliding, and a bunch of chains rattling, and the door opens up, and there's a couple of goblins there with their little short bows, pointing arrows at all of you guys, like, "You got reinforcements!"
Yeah, and we killed the worm, too.
What?
And
then-
I have the head on my
Yeah.
belt.
As she's doing CPR on you. Don't die!
Yeah, having
Yeah.
trouble claiming credit.
So go ahead and give him a medicine roll to see if he can get back on his feet.
I already did it,
Oh.
unless you want me to.
No.
I'm looking for
She's-
bandages. I can't find any
She's
right
frustrated from your last attempts. She has no dirty bandages to stick in the bleeding wound roll.
I'll make it worse.
He comes over and he's like, "Here's some dirt. It helps the clotting process."
You know there's a healing potion.
Yes.
Why waste it?
Yeah,
But you do have a spell.
Okay.
we can
I have
probably
one-
rest
I
the
have-
Now at this point,
goblin.
he's
So-
I have one spell left.
Pretty much at this point, he's like, "They're with me. Carry the big guy. He helped killed the worm guy."
at this point, if we use a spell on him, he goes to 1 hit point, or
He would go to 0. She's got him stable, so any spell or medicine will bump him up to 1.
Wait.
Because you have a few points left, right?
Huh?
You still have a few points left,
I
right?
haven't used it at all.
Okay. So, lay of
5.
hands, he's giving you back 5 hit points.
Oh.
He's like, "Hey, buddy, it'll be okay."
Done that the entire time.
He's just
From the
like
watch.
having you unconscious on top.
He's like,
Hey, buddy. Cobalt unite. Or is it the Paladin of Tyranny? I control life and death for you.
Yeah.
Now is when you take your advantage. I could have finished you off.
I did what you owe me.
And the goblins will basically like shuffle you guys quickly in the door, then they slam the door. You see they put a bar on it, then a little brace on it, and some chains across it. They're like super paranoid with this door because they're waiting any day for the dragon to keep this door in and kill them all.
They're paranoid about the dragon. That's on
They're
his
paranoid
belt.
about the dragon
That's on his belt.
that they don't realize yet, but they're used to doing this door so many times. And they send out their dead man walking squads.
So
I mean,
it's just like a giant room.
it's basically almost like this hallway, just with a short door. And they basically will invite you in. Obviously, you can just smell from the smell of this. It's a goblin warren. It's got that goblin lived-in smell. You can see they've kind of got the same kind of security that the kobolds down their end, basically keep kobolds from getting in. And a couple of speared kobolds left around, and some kobold parts, cobalt skull.
I haven't smelled this since my tribe was lost.
Aww. And a lot of the
I'm
goblins
enjoying
are
it.
giving you guys the eye, like they don't trust you. Then they see the head at this point, once they're realizing, isn't that the dragon gun? Somebody go ahead and you can either give me an intimidation, if you want to intimidate the buggers.
Me.
Charm.
I will take-
Charm.
I'll go with intimidation.
And you'll get advantage, since you guys have the dragon skull. I think his charisma's higher.
What's your? I got a +4 on it.
It's the same, actually. Natural 20.
Oh,
Wow.
The kobolds will gladly take you to their old leader.
you mean goblins?
I mean, goblins, sorry. The goblins will gladly take you to their old leader.
Good.
I mean, come 3 hobgoblins and a bugbear and a goblin come walking in. Fortunately,
Well.
you left your rogue hiding somewhere else.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah,
Well,
She picked the lock and disappeared.
she'll show up.
Don't realize that the bugbear's in charge.
As the goblins are staying quite a far away from the bugbear, because we all know the story, so that's how goblins
On
go
the
disappear
battlefield,
when
I'm a
bugbears
warrior,
get hungry.
ready to kill or be killed.
When bugbears get
I've
hungry,
defeated orcs from the
goblins
north,
disappear.
sent Kandorian demon spawns
Bugbear.
back
And they were basically
and drank.
hushing you in, and they're like
But when I
introducing
get
you.
back from a
It's
hard
funny
day,
because your
dismount
escorts
my
introduce
enemies.
you to other
I enjoy
goblins.
nothing more than to open my
You
castle
are
doors
the
and find a
hobgoblins
dungeon
that they
great as
brought
my
here.
reward for
Of
blood
course, your
monsters.
guide's got his spear and
Designed
shield.
for
He's
role
leading
players
the
and tabletop
entourage.
gamers.
I'm
Dungeon
the
Crate is
savior
one
of the
the
goblin.
service with a treasure hoard of loot you can use on or
These
off
are the
battlefield.
champions of goblin
Miniatures,
kind.
dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules,
As they
terrain,
point to
handcrafted
the
items, RPG, jewelry,
Paladin's
and more,
Tavern,
all
where
yours
there's a
for
symbol
only a
that
few
looks
gold
slightly
per month.
goblinish to
You
them.
even
They
get a
think
digital
that
crate
is
along
really
with the
important
physical one as an
because you
added
all
bonus.
have that symbol
So
somewhere
what say
on you.
you? Are you
It's
ready
probably a
for
good question
postal
to eventually
glory?
answer. Where is it? So in your robes.
Oh boy.
Mine
There was
gone.
fire involved. Symbol of fire of some kind. I don't think we decided what it was. I was going to throw it at Ashley. Ashley, make us a cool goblin design. Because all the ones I came up with looked either way Sanskrit-y or way Japanese.
Mine was a collar piece, like
Oh, mantle.
yeah.
The chain of office.
I didn't write anything down.
As you guys get brought in, and literally like young goblins are looking at you, old goblins, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Age?
And
Great
you're
grandpa.
noticing mostly
Right.
goblins until you're led into this big area where there's this hobgoblin. He's got this like iron crown on his head, and he's doing the whole Conan pose in his throne here. Now, for the record, this throne is not a real gold throne or anything. It's basically a really fancy wood chair at one point. It's painted gold and with throw towels and tapestries over it to make it look more regal and things. And he basically, as soon as you guys walk in the room, scowls at all of you. Like, what the hell?
I believe that you're in my chair.
And immediately then, that's going to be all. Let's roll for initiative.
Uh-oh.
But that's a good place to wrap it up there. So you're immediately throwing down the gauntlet, are you?
The robot is
Sure.
the same thought that was in my head.
See, I would have at least gone with the diplomatic. Thank you for keeping my chair warm for me.
That is the
I
diplomatic
think
answer.
that's where we differ, because I run and I call the charge on the dragon.
Bugbear sensibilities versus hobgoblin sensibilities. The hobgoblin sensibilities get the score of the land before you cut his throat. Bugbear, you attack from ambush. Thank you.
Unfortunately, I don't have ambush, but oh well.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And remember, be careful out there. There be dragons about.
Alright. Well, you guys could stand and watch me die,
Or they could join in, you never know.
That's true. Wait until
I mean,
I'm
granted,
softened up.
most of you all know from Hobgoblin Society, it would be at this point he challenged the leader, and let's see how this works out. Or, since you guys are this weird, obnoxious group of goblins and hobgoblins working in unison as opposed to a typical goblin tribe.
Obnoxious?
Yes, by goblin standards, it's obnoxious that you're all working together. Nobody's eaten each other yet.
Although he's tried.
This is true.
Didn't I eat a goblin?
No, you tried.
You ate a kobold.
Oh, yeah.
You tried to eat one of the goblins.
He was some lesser creature. Right?
Because after all, the goblin hierarchy, it goes goblins, bugbears, then hobgoblins.
Yeah,
It's not at least this tall. It's the mother learning what it is.
You got your mini?
Does it fit in my mouth? Yeah, I'll cook up just fine.
Does it fit in my mouth now?
Right. If I hit it, does it fit in my mouth now?
Meat is meat.